My teenage daughter, whose life I am not involved in, messaged me over Facebook saying she is doing fine without me, asked how I could be such a deadbeat, and wished I would unalive, and I need help responding because I have dreamed of us rekindling our relationship, and I never once imagined I would be this guy she hates with a passion. Posted by you/throwitaway0001. When I was 20 years old, I dated a girl for about a year. Our relationship was okay, but we were both going in such different directions. Towards the end of our relationship, she found out she was pregnant. I put on a full court press for termination. Neither of us was in a place to be parents. I was 1,000 miles away from all of my family, still in school, and still very immature. She did not have the termination. We dated for maybe 3 months of her pregnancy. I cheated on her. We broke up. I talked to her a few times afterward, and we both agreed I would be an awful parent and that it would be best for us to go our separate ways. I saw my daughter one time when she was 2 months old, so this was, I think, summer of '95. Eventually, from what I understand, she married some other guy and she is happy. I've felt a lot of guilt over everything that has happened, and I'm not proud at all of my actions. They were cowardly. I've thought about reaching out and trying to establish a relationship with my daughter, but it seems a little too late for that now. Sorry to make this my life story, but I will get to the current situation soon. I ended up meeting my wife in 2000, and we got married in 2002. We have 2 kids, a 7-year-old daughter and a 5-year-old daughter. I am a great dad to my girls, and I've tried my best to be the most involved, loving father I can be to them. Maybe a lot of this is motivated by regret over how things went with Emily. I love my wife, and we have a great, steady, happy marriage. My wife, nor my family, knows about Emily, the daughter from the earlier relationship. I've sort of just put that part of my life in the past and tried not to go there. I'm deeply ashamed of how I ended things then, and there is a real stigma to being an uninvolved father. I've never really said much to anyone about that child. Aside from some friends during my college years, who I'm not in contact with, almost no one knows about her. Fast forward to Wednesday morning. I'm on Facebook, and my account is mostly set as public, for work purposes. I'll occasionally get messages from people in my past who will just say hi and say the usual friendly, "Your family is so beautiful" or whatever. On Wednesday morning, I woke up to a message from a 17-year-old girl whose first name was Emily. Definitely out of the norm since I don't really have much contact with teenagers. I poked around a bit on her page, and everything seems to add up. She looks like her mother and has her last name, and the page seemed active. So I am fairly sure it's not a prank. Her message said, "Hi. I'm the daughter you don't care about. I just wanted you to know that we are fine without you. You are a scumbag, and I hate knowing that I am even related to you. How can someone just leave a woman who loves them and a baby? Do you even have a heart? I hope you die." Obviously, not at all what you want to see from my point of view. I was really hoping it would have been some sort of friendly message, and we could have built up a relationship. I assume her mother has been telling her less than positive stories about me based on her message. I'm not sure how one responds to something like this. I've sat on the message for a few days, trying to figure out what to say. I'm debating whether to either not respond and ignore the message. Respond in a very friendly manner and just not address the nasty things she said. Respond in a more stern manner and try to clarify things. Or only respond to Emily's mom. I haven't spoken to her in about 15 years, though, so I don't know how that would go. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Top/relevant comments. Commenter. If I were you, I'd contact the mother first, ask her if it would be okay for you to contact your daughter back. If you have the okay, well, she's a teenager, and she has the right to feel that way and say those things. Let her know that. You can also tell her what you just wrote, that you are not proud of your actions and that they were cowardly. Don't say anything to make her even more angry. You don't want an angry teenager contacting you on Facebook, especially if your family is on there too, and they have no idea she exists. Why did you decide not to tell your wife about this? It sounds like you and Emily agreed on you not being involved. Before you decide to take the next step, you should seriously consider coming clean to your wife. Ops response. The situation is kind of volatile, so I want to act carefully. I think contacting her mom would be best, but I'm not sure she is going to have great things to say to me. I don't want to get her in trouble too. I didn't tell my wife because I was embarrassed by what happened. Saying we agreed on me not being involved is kind of generous. I told her, Emily's mom, that I didn't want anything to do with the child, and she decided to drop it and not try to force me to be involved. Judging off the message, she must be kind of bitter about it, since her daughter has nothing but negative things to say. I don't blame her for feeling that way. Op when told he needs to tell his wife. Telling my wife about this is something I really dread. I've changed a lot since then, and I'm not at all the type of person I was when I was younger. I feel like something like this would fundamentally change how my wife sees me. And it's not like Emily really wants a relationship. It's one thing if the message was in a different tone. I'm clearly the bad guy to her. It's not really worth upending my entire life, potentially, to talk to her. I don't know what the upside to this is. I can throw a wrench in our lives for someone who doesn't really want a relationship with me. That said, I don't want to reject her more or make her feel worse. It's really a tough place for me to be in. It's not like some perfect happy ending can be had here. Commenter 2. Oh, I can, well, not really understand, but I can imagine your dread, and I'm sure dread is absolutely the right word. I suppose if nothing further at all is ever going to come of this, there's no outright harm in keeping quiet. What I'm more worried about for you, though, is what happens if you get in touch with Emily's mom. Emily lets off some steam and wants to pursue friendlier contact with you, etc. How do you then explain to your wife that not only did you never tell her about this kind of huge part of your past, but you also didn't tell her when Emily contacted you? I'm also a little worried for you because of Emily's age. If there is any chance you could be hit for 17 years of back child support, that would destroy your family, and for your wife to not know about that would just make things that much worse. I'm just saying, college is expensive. Op's response. I won't lie, the child support issue is sort of in the back of my head. When we went our separate ways, her mother was sort of proud and claimed she would do it alone. Paying 17 years of back child support would wreck our family and cause a lot of problems. There are so many things that can go awry with this. If she is just angry, then I am going to have to just listen to my child call me all sorts of awful names, which doesn't feel at all good. I take a lot of pride in being an involved, loving dad, and having this brought back brings in a lot of feelings of shame. If we end up having some sort of relationship, then I am going to have to come clean to my wife, which will cause some drama. There are these other things like the child support potential or just all around drama from her being in my life again. Maybe it is best to just let things lie. The thing is, I know how it feels to feel unloved, and if there is just a hurt little girl there wanting time and attention from her father, I would feel horrible to just ignore her. I think logically the best choice is to just go on as if I've never received the message. The hard thing is, emotionally, it just feels so wrong. Op responding to a heated commenter who said he hasn't changed at all. Do you want to know how I've changed? I am the best father I can be to my daughters. I do everything for them. I love them, take care of them, support them, and am super involved. I really am a great dad to them. A lot of why I try so hard with them is because of the crippling guilt I feel about how I treated Emily. I can't go back and redo things. I'm not really sure what motivated you to decide to verbally lash out at me. I'm only asking for advice. Update 6 days later. I decided to test the waters and send her a short message back on Wednesday night. This is what I sent her. Hi Emily, I've wanted to contact you for a long time, and I'm glad you messaged me. I'm glad you and your mother are doing well. You cannot imagine how sorry I am over how things have gone with us, and if there is anything you want to talk about, I would love to do that. If you would like, I could explain my side of things. If there is anything I can do, please let me know. A couple of hours later, she responded with, F off, you are dead to me. So that is that. I tried. I guess time will tell if she tries to reconnect again, but I'm not sure if there is much else I can do. I'm working on a way to tell my wife about this, and I'm going to tell her soon, once I figure out how to. I shouldn't have kept this a secret. My wife is my partner, and she deserves to know about it. If anything, she can help me handle all of this. I was hoping Emily would be more open, and the raw anger was just a front, but I think it is how she feels. It's a shame because I think we could have had a good relationship. It's not her fault, of course. All I can do now is continue to be the best dad possible to my younger daughters, who love and adore me. Top/relevant comments. Commenter. Wow, you tried so hard. This totally lets you off the hook now, what a great dad. That message, poetry. It's almost 4 words from you for every year of her life. What more could she need from her father? Op's response. I did try. I'm not sure what else I should have said. I think I made it clear I'd love to have a relationship with her, and I'm sorry, and there is more to the story than what she has been told in my message. I didn't want to cross a line of being too fatherly in my message, and I tried to be respectful of the distance between us. I don't think she wants a relationship with me. It's her choice at the end of the day. I can't force it. Do you have any recommendations for what I should do differently? I feel like she is sending a strong signal that she doesn't like me and wants nothing to do with me. Op when asked if he told his wife yet. I'm not caught, per se. I'm not sure how she is going to take it. I'm so different than how I was back then. My wife is big on family and is pretty conservative and traditional. I'm still a ways from telling her because I can't figure out how to frame it when talking to her. I'm hoping to talk to her about this within the next couple of months. So, if any update is coming, it'll be a while. I know it's going to come out sometime, and honestly, it's a miracle it hasn't until now. It's better for me than someone else. Commenter 2. Why are you waiting a couple of months? What will be different then? You know you're running the risk that your daughter will contact your wife, don't you? It would be simple for her to do it, and if she feels that you're not trying to build a relationship with her, She'll just get angrier, and then it's almost inevitable that she will do it. It's hard to think of a reason why she wouldn't do it. Op's response. I just need time to figure out how to tell my wife this. We have a lot of things going on in the next few weeks, so it's not a great time to drop something like this. People said this in my first thread, and I still don't understand why she would contact my wife. I'm not ignoring her or antagonizing her. I don't see what motivation she would have to do that. I'm not ready to talk to my wife today or tomorrow about that. We are going on a family vacation on Thursday for 10 days, and I can't start this conversation before or during. Once we get back and things settle down, I'll bring it up. By then, I'll have had time to think of something to explain why I didn't tell her earlier. Second update 13 days later. A couple of new things have happened since I last posted. I went ahead and replied to Emily with a much longer, more thoughtful, and apologetic letter. I also spoke to my wife about all of this. Emily didn't respond until a couple of days ago, and her response was much calmer in tone, which was relieving. I'm not going to repost what she said, but it was basically that I wasn't there before and she doesn't want me here now. There was more to it, but it was kind of personal and I don't feel comfortable reposting. I responded to her and said that if that was how she felt, I understand and I won't respond to her again. So that is where we are on that front. I'm glad we both were able to at least get some closure out of this. I talked to my wife 1 week ago and just laid everything out there. She has been helping me with responding to Emily, and she has been way more understanding than I expected. I explained to her how things went down and how ashamed I am about everything, about how I've tried every single day to make it up with our daughters. She understood me completely, and she stood by me. I am so glad I chose this woman as my wife. I was panicking about her leaving or divorcing because of some of the comments here, but that wasn't what happened. My wife didn't think I should beg Emily and was taken aback by her vile tone. The first message I sent was a little less than conciliatory, and the second was almost pleading. The later messages were much more composed, and I think better. It looks like this Emily chapter is going to end here. She doesn't want me in her life, and she has made it clear. I offered to listen to her if she needed someone to talk to and gave her my contact information if she needs anything, but I'm doubtful I will hear from her. It looks like she inherited her mother's stubbornness and pride. I feel comfortable that I've done all I could with her now. I'm spending every day now just being the best dad I can be to my beautiful, loving daughters. Top/relevant comments. Commenter. I don't understand why she messaged you in the first place if she doesn't need you. Op's response. I'm assuming it was to try to hurt me, like she feels I hurt her. There were so many different, better ways this all could have happened. It's unfortunate that she didn't want to explore a relationship, but it's her choice at the end of the day. I am going to respect that from now on. Commenter 2. Don't close the door on her. She is 17 years old, and to be frank, all 17-year-olds, male and female, can be pretty stupid and emotional at the best of times. Let her grow up a bit more, and maybe she'll try and contact you again. Op's response. The door is open. I told her if she changes her mind, we will be here. I've given her my and my wife's contact information if she wants to get in touch, and I told her I understand. I hope with time she will change her mind. Has Op told the younger kids? We haven't told our kids, and there are no plans to tell them about Emily. Emily rejected our offers multiple times to talk, meet up, or have a relationship. Her choice, of course, but we can't mention her to our daughters under the current circumstances. It's not fair to our girls to mention someone that they won't ever know. It will just be confusing. Maybe at a later point. Op's last comment concerning Emily and the message. There have been a few comments from girls in the same position as Emily, and most of them have mentioned that the way they re-established contact was much nicer. I think one girl even said her response didn't deserve a reply because of how mean-spirited it was. Emily wasn't raised well. I think that is clear, so maybe there should be a different standard for her. But I think we should expect people to be civil in general. That is all I expected. Civility. I think maybe I deluded myself into thinking if she reached out, it would be different. That she would say something like, I really want to meet you, or I'd love to talk. Not, I wish you were dead.